Welcome everyone to Weekly News and a DW with Major Tidbits, and the topic for this video is election period iginasa. Now, who should be allowed to run for public office? Lahat ba? Kahit sino? Well, ayon sa batas, almost every able-bodied literate Filipino can run for local and national office. Pero, who should be elected into public office? I mean, everyone can run. Pero sino ang nararapat sa mga posisyon sa lokal at nasyonal na paghihirang? Ikinasa na ang election period dito sa Pilipinas for the 2025 midterm elections, kung saan lahat ng seats sa House of Representatives at local government ay up for grabs at kalahati ng Senado. So 18,271 local at national positions are up for grabs para sa eleksyong ito. Ang dami. But let's see how many people actually get in on the democratic political system ng bansa. Ano nga ba ang mas mainam? The devil you know or the angel you don't? Ang pagbabago o status quo? Probinsya, lungsod at mga munisipalidad, lahat ng posisyon na ito ay up for grabs, maliban sa barangay, which is kind of weird. Bakit hindi na lang sinaway, diba? Pero again, ayaw na nilang i-delay pa yung barangay election. So, na my first time voting was actually sa barangay elections, and it's blah. I mean, like, I'm supposed to know all these names kasi nasa komunidad ko sila, but I only know half of them. Tapos sa SK, parang wala akong nakilala. Wala akong kilala. Now, as of the writing of this episode, nag-issue ang Supreme Court ng 19 pang temporary restraining orders sa disqualification cases na kanilang ikinakaharap o pagdedeklara sa kanilang nuisance candidate. Now, one of the more high-profile cases of the disqualification saga is Edgar Erice, former representative of the 2nd District of Caloocan City na gustong bumalik sa kanyang pwesto but was disqualified by Comelec Anbanc dahil sa kanyang pagbubuska daw ng fake news patungkol sa kinontrata ng Comelec na automated voting machine, the Miro systems. Now, I have already, talked about that particular lawsuit, pero the Comelec has kind of had their sights on the fact na he's spewing quote-unquote lies. Now, it is also quite interesting kasi
I'm still filing kasi yan yung process. I cannot file directly to the Supreme Court if I will not be exhausting all my remedies, diba? So I have to file an MR. Si Chairman George nag-inhibit na siya kasi yung kalaban ko, hindi niya kaibigan niya. Dikit na dikit sila. Diba? So,
it is also quite an interesting case dahil nag-godparent siya sa kasal at dating lawyer ng katunggali ni Egay sa incumbent ng 2nd District ng Caloocan City na si Comelec Chairman George Erwin Garcia. Kumbaga, ninong sa kasal yata siya. Tapos, naging lawyer pa siya ni Mitch Cahayon. Noong natalo siya ni Egay noon. At ngayon, kinakalaban ngayon ni Egay si Mitch Cahayon. Again, nilalabanan nito yung resulta na eleksyon na yun sa distrito. Maybe that's why he came to Comelec, because he was protesting, or he was the lawyer, he was the lawyer of someone who was contesting the results of the election. Rito ang pagdedeklara kay senatorial aspirant Zubair Guenthum Mustafa bilang isang nuisance candidate. Sinasabing hindi dahilan ng kawalan ng kwarta at impluwensya para italagang nuisance candidate ang isang tao at sanungat ito sa ideya ng demokrasya. I added that in, but that's probably the gist of everything that the Comelec has said in their statement or opinion. Or majority opinion, I think. I don't freaking know. Now, dahil sa mga TRO na inilagay ng Korte Suprema, itinigil muna ang pag-iimprenta ng mga balota para sa eleksyon. Nasayang ang mahigit 6 na milyong balotang naimprinta, costing more than 13 million pesos.
Kung 6 na milyon na balota ay kinakailangan ma-inventaryo, ma-i-report namin sa COA, kapagkat kinakailangan po natin bayaran yan, syempre, yung na-imprentang yan ng mga balota. At the same time, hihingi po kami ng pahintulot sa COA. Ang mga balotang ito, maliban sa i-secure, ay sirain na kaagad ng Comelec. Isesred po natin ang lahat ng yan, hindi po sunog. Sapagkat para mawala po yung agam-agam na baka magamit sa isang halalan o sa darating na halalan. Letter M po kasi yung pangalan ng kandidatong nakakuha sa national position, sa senador na posisyon. And therefore, pag pinasok po natin, pag binilang niyo po yung sa 66 na present na kandidato, ay 12 pong senador yung nasa ilalim na maaaring maapektuhan.
Now I'm supposed to make a big deal about this whole spiel, this miracle that we undergo every 3 years or so, na this relatively peaceful transfer of power o kaya na may local and national referendum to change leadership. I mean, it's inspiring but also very fragile. We need to protect the sanctity of elections from interference and apathy, because without it, we might as well live in caves and start subsistence farming for no reason. Ang video clip na ito ay galing sa aking series na News Worthy Recap. Check the entire video for the complete weekly news recap and subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date sa mga local at global news na I'll make sure would be interesting to you particularly. Di ko alam yung name mo pero you should subscribe. You... Muhammad Smith? I don't fucking know. John Smith? Salamat sa manunod mga kabayan. Avoid me, like, subscribe, follow my links in socials and avoid show set na would be linked down below. Sa susunod muli, of course, paalam.